This one is about the one on Prime Video, one co-main event, the Bantamweight Muay Thai clash between Nong-O Gaiyanghadao and Liam Harrison. This is an absolute treat for anybody that's a martial arts fan. If you like Muay Thai, you need to be all over this. You're probably as excited as I am right now. There's so much to talk about with this one. They're such high-level practitioners. They've got loads of experience between them. I expect this one to be an absolutely ferocious fight. As far as height and reach goes, I mean, it's much of a muchness. There's about half an inch in it. I feel like they're very evenly matched. As far as their records go, this is where it gets quite outstanding. So Nong-O, his record is 262 with 54 losses and 10 draws. On the other side, Liam Harrison is 90 wins, 24 losses and 2 draws. That is a lot of fights. That's a lot of experience. Regarding their records from a recorded point, their records are a bit more comparable, which I find more interesting. Of the recorded fights online, I can find 106 recorded fights for Nong-O with a record of 68, 31 and 7 with 17 knockouts. On the other side, recorded fights, I can find 60, 24 and 1 for Liam Harrison, a total of 85 fights with 36 knockouts. Liam Harrison is definitely the more prolific finisher of the two. Of their official recorded records, I've worked out knockout percentages, and it's quite outstanding. Liam Harrison is at 60%, 36 knockouts of 60 wins. And on the other side, at 25% knockout ratio, 17 of 68. That's very consistent for Liam Harrison. Even if you look at his record, a shorter chunk of his record, it still maintains that 60% knockout ratio. But he's not the knockout puncher, I would say, that Nong-O is. For me, Nong-O has got a hammer of a right hand, and his right leg is incredibly powerful to back it up. For Liam Harrison, it's much more about volume. He has 10 wins by low kicks. He has, several wins by the 3 knockdown rule. Lots of times he comes in like a tornado with a flurry of punches and he overwhelms people, and he'll drop them with a shot, and then they'll stand up and immediately he jumps on them again. But for me, this is the difference between these two fighters. On the other side, you've got Nong-O, who's a much more kind of calm, steady-paced power striker. He will throw combinations, but they tend to run out of steam, and then he tends to lose ground a bit. And that's where I feel like Liam Harrison can push his way in, because he's incredibly tough and he's got a great defense. But the power of Nong-O can be fight-changing. And with the 3 knockdown rule, Liam Harrison's got to be aware that he doesn't want to be taking too many of these punches, regardless of whether they are head, body, kicks, low kick. It doesn't matter. Everything that Nong-O throws is powerful. He's got loads and loads of experience, 326 fights, but he's also got loads of different tools and weapons and tricks and things that he's been working and he's been playing and he's refining. And if you've got a particular thing that you keep going back to, then he's going to find a way to use it against you. On the other side, you've got Liam Harrison, who's coming off one of the most dramatic fights you'll ever see in your life. It was an absolute barn burner against Muay Thai PK Senchai Muay Thai gym. He won this one in the first round with the 3 knockdown rule, but he was already knocked down twice before he started knocking his opponent down. That's something that might keep him in this fight against Nong-O. Because Nong-O's got such a hammer of a right hand, there might be moments where he connects with Liam and Liam goes down. And you might see Liam getting up off the canvas and clearing his head, and then Nong-O's really excited and he comes flying in and ping. I mean, I could literally see this fight playing out again. Nong-O's got the power to put Liam Harrison down. Liam Harrison may well have the chin to keep getting back up off the canvas though. So then the question goes back onto Nong-O's side. Does he have the conditioning to keep that output? Especially if he has the excitement early on and he has that burst and then all of a sudden there's a crash. That doesn't necessarily work out very well for him, because Liam is going to keep pushing. 60% knockout percentage compared to 25% knockout percentage for Nong-O. This is about how you play the hand of cards that you're dealt. Because if these guys fought 10 times over the next 10 weeks, we would get a very, very mixed set of results. It wouldn't be one guy wins all of the fights or the other guy wins all of the fights or they all end in a second round knockout. We would get a decision and a split decision the opposite way, and then we get a finish, and then we get a stoppage from low kicks. And there are lots and lots of different ways that this can play out. It's all about showing up on the night, stepping into the circle and playing the hand of cards that you've got on that night. And it's really, who gets off on the right foot, who takes the least damage, who can get up off the canvas the most times perhaps. With Liam Harrison, you've got a variety of different things you've got to watch out for. He knocks people down multiple times in a round. He attacks legs as well, which really destabilizes people's bases. But, he has been cut. He has been dropped with body shots. He has been stopped with a low kick. You know, he is vulnerable to certain things, and Nong-O is great at stopping people with a variety of different things. He does lose his momentum though, and that's where I feel like Liam can kind of work his way into it. But honestly, I am going to be watching this one with a lot of excitement and ready for the main event afterwards. This event, one on Prime Video 1, is going to be great. It is a real treat for martial artists all around the world. So make sure you check it out and enjoy this Muay Thai extravaganza, Nong-O versus Liam Harrison.